So today I'm going to show you how to buy stock on Charles Schwab, and we're actually going to be going ahead and doing this directly on our iOS device on our app. So keep in mind, as Android might look a little bit different when we're going through these different steps. So we're here on the main page of our Charles Schwab account. You can see on the bottom left-hand side, it shows accounts, and that is highlighted. This is the first thing we're going to see. Now, there's actually a couple different ways you can be buying stock, so we're going to go through the main way. Now, as we go through this, just want to thank Money Pickle for sponsoring today's video. You could go ahead and check them out in the show notes down below. So we're going to go ahead and actually go to the main way to go ahead and buy stocks, which is in the trade section down here at the bottom center of our screen. Now, the first thing it's going to do is actually plop us into the stocks and ETF section. There are ways to go through options as well as mutual funds. So just something to keep in mind, but we're going to go through stocks, and this is going to be the process we're going to showcase. And the next up here is going to be if you have multiple different types of accounts. If you toggle on here, you can see the different ones that are available for you, depending on what you've opened up. So we have an HSA as well as an individual brokerage. We're currently doing this in our individual account, which is currently what's highlighted. Now, right over here, it's going to ask you to go ahead and enter the symbol or the company name, which I'll go ahead and show you. You could either type in something like Coca-Cola or Target, and it'll show the company, or if you know their ticker number, you can go ahead and plug those in as well. And there's also a way to be able to use Charles Schwab slices, which we'll have a separate video for, going into more detail on how to utilize that. So for our example here today, we're going to want to go ahead and utilize a company that maybe we want to be investing in, or if it's an ETF, we can also be going into that as well. So we can go ahead and type in the company. You can see recent searches as well if you've typed them in recently as well. So we'll go ahead and use the SoFi one. But if you tapped over here, it'll just bring up your keyboard to be able to type in that company or those letters. So when we go ahead and find a company or an ETF that we want to utilize, this is the screen that we're going to see. It might look a little complex at first, but no worries here. We're going to go ahead and take you step by step on this. So the first section right over here is going to show you action. It's going to ask you what kind of action you want to take, whether it's a buy, a sell, or a short sell, or a sell short. So for our example here today, of course, we're just going to be doing our buy. So we're going to click right over here, and it's going to have us go through the next section, which is asking the quantity in which we want to buy. So we can either plug in here by going the plus or the minus. You can tap over here to go ahead and physically type in how many you want. Or you can click this little calculator right over here and kind of gives you an example of how much money you want to maybe invest in and how many quantity of that stock. So for example, let's just say you want to buy $100 worth. It'll tell you the quantity that would get you there based off of what you want, based off of the stock price. So if that's going to be the case, we can go ahead and click down on the top right, and that will plug that number in there for us. Now, that's not what we're going to be doing here today, so I'm going to actually go ahead and lower this down. We're just going to be buying one stock here for this example today. And then next up is going to be the order type here for us. And if you want to learn more, you can click on this little eye here of the different types of orders, because there are quite a few. But for the ease of flow here for us today, we're just going to go with the market. This is just going to make it as easy as possible for us. This means that we're just going to be buying in at the market price, which means we might actually be paying a little bit more than what the stock price is by a couple of cents usually. But if you wanted to be a little bit more strategic with that, you can go ahead and go through the limit order if you would like. But again, we're making this as simple as possible for ourselves, so we're going to go with market. And next up here is going to be the timing. This is going to stay as the day only. If by any chance you're doing this off market time, so after the market is closed, it'll go for the next day. And then right over here, this is a great one. This is going to be reinvesting dividends. So if a company does pay out dividends, which this one does not, but if they did, you can actually toggle this on, and that says that anytime this company pays you a dividend, which is a portion of the profits, that money will actually buy more of the company itself, which is a great way to compound your investments. So you don't have to toggle that on, but you definitely can. If everything looks good here for us, we're going to go ahead and click on the review order. And then in this section here, it is just going to kind of break everything down just a little bit more for us. It's going to let us know if there's any commission, if there's any exchange fees, and how everything looks. We're going to go ahead and scroll down over here, and we can see where it says go ahead and place our order. Alrighty, so right over here, you can see order has been received. We had the option now to buy one share of this company, and it went through for us right over here. So we can go and look at our order status if we wanted to and see that it has been filled. Again, if you're doing this off market, it'll be pending for you, or if it hasn't gone through yet, it'll say pending as well. All right, so we went ahead and clicked back over here to our accounts, and we're going to click back into our brokerage account right over here. And now we're going to see that company right over here in our equities account. So we can see that we have one share of this company, which is right over here. Now, if you are wanting to learn how to sell your stock from your Charles Schwab account, go ahead and check out our video right over here to learn exactly how to do that.